We've heard from Mayor Brandon Johnson that they were aware of the planned teen takeover and were warning parents days in advance. We are now hearing tonight how the violence started hours before 14-year-old Armani Floyd was killed. A vigil now planned for that teen.
When I got the news, I would have never thought, something like that would happen to him. Um, Very, very, very like vibrant, right? High energy. If you walk into the gym, he's in the gym, right?
Basketball coach McKinley Nelson's nonprofit Project Swish released this video, a highlight reel of one of their talented players, 14-year-old Armani Floyd, who was killed during downtown violence Friday.
I told him if he beat me in a one-on-one, I would get him a pair of shoes for Christmas. He did not beat me, but I still promised him a pair of shoes for Christmas.
But those are shoes Armani will never get. His coach saying he was robbed of an opportunity to mature. Armani was one of 9 teens shot during a crowded holiday weekend, the others expected to survive. But Armani's death prompted Cook County Crime Stoppers to offer $10,000 in reward money, another $5,000 from the Youth Peace and Justice Foundation, a Texas-based nonprofit. Chicago police have said they added 700 officers after word of a teen takeover, using some of the same precautions that prevented teen takeovers this summer.
So the precautions themselves and the measures that we took, we learned a lesson. They don't work 100% of the time.
Second Ward Alderman Brian Hopkins tells us he is now talking to other council members about revisiting the idea of a so-called snap curfew, since they knew about these crowds of teens days before they met up.
This is a tool that would have been used by the police at that time. They actually did start enforcing the curfew when the law allowed them to Friday night, which was 10 p.m. But by then it was too late. The shootings had already occurred.
Hopkins tells us that there were other major red flags earlier in the night Friday. He says police initially tried to break up some crowds of kids, but some of those teens used pepper spray on police. One even tried to pull a stun gun on officers. Hopkins says that there were 18 people arrested from the crowds Friday. Another 18 teens faced curfew detentions after that 10 p.m. curfew went into effect. From the newsroom, Sarah Maki, CBS News, Chicago.